Given A equals 3.8, B equals 9.6, and C equals 7.7, I want to solve the triangle. Now, what do we know about this triangle? Well, not a lot. We know what the sides are, right? So let's say that we have 9.6, so that's B, and then A is 3.8, and then C is 7.7. So we have a side, and a side. So now, what's the first thing we need to do when we have side, side, side? The very first thing we have to do is we have to find the largest angle. Now, if you remember, the largest angle is usually across from the largest side. So I'm going to look for finding beta. Now, there is a law of cosines, and that's what I'm going to use to do that. So I've got b squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cosine of beta. And then I want to solve, so I've got b squared minus a squared minus c squared divided by minus 2ac, and that's going to give me the cosine of beta. Well, that helps me out, right, because I'm looking for beta. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in what I know. So I know 9.6 squared minus 3.8 squared minus 7.7 squared all over minus 2 times 3.8 times 7.7. And that's going to be cosine of beta. And when I do the calculation, I'm going to go ahead and just write the whole thing out, because remember, you don't ever want to round until you get to the very end of the problem for the answer. And then to find out what beta is, remember, I'm going to take the inverse cosine of the number I got, do that on the handy dandy little calculator, and it's going to spit out 108.4. And so that's going to be beta. So that's important. So I'm going to go ahead and make that pink so we don't lose track of it. Okay, so now what can I do? Well, maybe I could find alpha, or I could find gamma, right? And I can do that with the law of sines. So the given is a 3.8, and I'm going to go ahead and try to find alpha. So the sine of alpha equals, well, we have 9.6, and we just found that angle for beta, so I'm going to have the sine of 108.4. And then what I need to do is I need to solve this. So I'm going to come up over here, and I'm going to get the sine of alpha equals 3.8 sine 108.4 divided by 9.6. And when I do that on the calculator, I get that the sine of alpha equals 0.3756. Again, if there are more digits on the calculator, make sure that you keep them there so that you can get the most accurate answer. To find alpha, I'm going to take the inverse sine of the number I just found. And when I do that on the calculator, I get approximately 22.1 degrees for alpha. Again, this is important, so I'm going to put a little pink box around it. So what's the only thing that we're missing? We're missing gamma. And how do we find that? Well, we know that gamma is going to be 180 minus both of the degrees that I've already found. So I'm going to subtract 108.4 and 22.1. So I'm going to get that gamma is 49.5 degrees. Again, that's important, so I'm going to put a pink box around it.